I was like, for sure.
Oh, boy. At Kenneth Copeland. Man.
Oh, Tennessee.
Yeah. Hey, if you want to text, by the way, 35192, that is to me, 200 is the text number you're going to want for the $1,000. Another go-round for that coming up at 5:30, and then at 6:30, right before the Corey Roddick Experience, you'll be able to grab $1,000 too. Now, firmly sandwiched in between those two is the Bill Squire Friday Get Down. Now,
Oh, yeah.
for those of you who are unfamiliar with the Bill Squire Friday Get Down, it began in earnest a couple of years ago. Humble beginnings. Mm-hmm. We were celebrating the 50th anniversary of WMMS, and we thought, one of the, we were doing like a lot of station retrospectives that year, because it's very rare in this business that a radio station will be around, much less still successful, after 50 years, right? And the late, great Murray Saul used to do the Friday Get Down on MMS. These were long, protracted, probably some kind of addled monologues that he would do, and that was back when people didn't care what you did on the radio. Everybody was high all the time anyway, right?
Hell
so
yeah.
you go on and on. I said, well, let's bring that back. We'll do it in kind of a condensed form, and we'll hand it over to Bill Squire. And it's brought to you by Cleveland Whiskey. And so that's how you know when the weekend has officially begun. Because up till then, we were at a loss.
Simply no way to tell.
We didn't know when that happened. Now, granted, pre-pandemic, it was different. It was different. People were like, the pterodactyl bites your thing, and you slide down the back of the brontosaurus, and you get in your car, and you pedal home. Now, one day goes into the next. But if nothing else, that can still be a little signature in your life just to know. So many things have changed. The Bill Squire Friday Get Down, unchanged. I mean,
Still
different
there.
week to week.
Mm-hmm.
Different week to week. But unchanged
still,
otherwise.
Yeah, still there.
Hey, the One World Together at Home show is tomorrow night. They added the Rolling Stones to this as of this morning. MMS and iHeartRadio teaming up, bring you a very special event. This is going to air on television tomorrow night. You can hear it on 96.5 KISS FM. You can also hear it on the Hit Nation station on the iHeartRadio app. 8 o'clock tomorrow night. It'll be on ABC, NBC, and CBS as well. It's to support healthcare workers and the World Health Organization. Together at Home is what it's called. It's hosted by Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, and Stephen Colbert. Performances by Alanis Morissette and Billie Eilish, Billie Joe Armstrong, Chris Martin of Coldplay, Eddie Vedder, Elton John, Keith Urban, Lady Gaga, Lizzo, Paul McCartney, Stevie Wonder, the Rolling Stones, and many more. So tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, you can listen or you can watch. I think I'd rather watch. I like to watch these things.
Yeah, star-studded lineup.
You want to see them in their natural habitat, you know?
So you can judge their kitchen or whatever.
Or whatever it is. You don't have to worry about, what city they're in or routing dates or anything like that. You just call up whoever you'd like and say, hey, you want to be part of this show? Last one we did had Alicia Keys as part of it.
Oh, she was great.
She's fantastic. That Ellie Goulding, people remember her? She's still
Lights?
around.
Yeah.
Did she sing a song called Lights?
Yeah.
Yep, that's her.
She's in some little cottage in England. She's probably just twiddling her thumbs.
I think Chocolate Charlie's girlfriend looks a lot like Ellie Goulding. I told
I
her that
agree.
when I saw her. She was like, I get that all the time.
See? That's her Kurt Russell.
Yeah, but she's pretty, so.
Yeah, no,
Super
absolutely.
Better than Quagmire.
Quagmire's sister.
Beavis.
Quagmire's sister.
Okay, explain Beavis.
Beavis looks like Quagmire's sister.
I didn't realize.
Alan, do a liquor store giveaway for the fans in Pittsburgh. The border counties shut down. A buddy of mine who was in Pittsburgh was telling me that for a while he had to go to West Virginia to spend a ton of money on like a handle of Captain Morgan. But I think Ohio and Pennsylvania's got weird blue laws because it's a Commonwealth anyway. But Ohio, I guess, shut down a lot of these places on the border so that people from other states couldn't come and buy booze or something.
Really?
West Virginia did it too. They didn't want people from Pennsylvania
To travel,
leaving to get
yeah.
liquor
Yeah.
and booze.
That makes sense. But man, what? That sucks. Let them
Forced
buy their
sobriety.
booze. Let people have their booze.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they did that. Because I talked to friends of mine who work in the liquor industry in Pennsylvania, and they're like, my job hasn't changed at all.
Yeah.
But they're not going to clubs and bars anywhere, so I'm not sure what that means. I mean, if they're just making sure that things get logistically where they need to go, I don't know. Alan, does Mary look like Flo from Progressive?
No.
Nailed it. It's better than Quagmire's sister.
I'll take it.
All right. I figured that's where we are right now.
It's usually my dark hair and red lip that I sport that looks like
I
Flo.
would think you look like Bella Thorne. Do you know who that is?
I do not. Sounds like a porn
Yeah,
star.
well, she's directed a porno.
She did?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. But that's what you do when you really don't want people to remember you as a Disney star.
She's cute.
You go completely the other way.
She was on MTV. She wasn't just on Disney.
What was she on MTV?
Teen Wolf.
Yeah, but people know her from Disney. Like
think
the
she
people
was
who
in-
grew up with her. Teen Wolf is way after. What was this? My daughter who watched it, which is like Shake It Up was the show.
Check it
Oh, I
out.
remember
With
that show.
Zendaya.
Yeah.
That's how people first knew about Zendaya. It was Zendaya and Bella Thorne were girls that worked for a dance show in Chicago, and then they'd get into wacky escapades when the show wasn't on. And that's how people started to know about those two. They've gone very different routes, of course. Mm-hmm. We're talking earlier in the week about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard going back and forth still in court. She was contending that he beat her up. He says she's lying. Evidence seems to point to the fact that she was lying. And so she might be looking at some bad things down the road.
Jail time?
Possibly jail time. But Johnny Depp is on Instagram now.
Oh, doing that right now.
Posted his very first video yesterday.
We need to make the best use of this time by being close to those we love. And despite our dire circumstances, we cannot and must not succumb to shutting down and giving in to what feels like hellish quarantine monotony.
Can you ever recall a movie where Johnny Depp gets excited?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
No. That's him playing like a character. And I realize he's playing
character.
That's what he, yeah.
But you know what I mean. He, by his own admission, is channeling Pepe Le Pew and Keith Richards. And
Yeah.
I'm saying when he's in a movie as a guy in the movie. Have you ever seen him? Because in real life, he's it's good for us to. I don't know that I've ever seen him in a film where he gets excited,
He
Nick of
gets
Time.
killed
jumping up and down excited.
in the Freddy movie.
You like a happy excited?
Yeah, like, did he do. I
Okay.
never saw Crybaby early on, but was.
No.
I
'cause he's
saw it
kind of-
once, but he's in
Yeah.
jail.
Well, he's also playing that cool guy character, so I don't think he's getting real jumpy. or
Wasn't he in
happy.
Platoon?
I think so.
Like, as a
think
young
so.
dude, he was in some movie like that, right? Platoon?
I mean, maybe the one that I always think of where he plays the most regular person I've ever seen him play is Nick of Time.
Never saw it.
You never saw Nick
That
of
one's
Time?
in real time,
He
right?
plays
Yeah.
so many characters. It's hard to. Does he get excited in Blow? It's about cocaine.
Probably.
There's got to be an excited moment in that movie.
But he's playing a real guy in that, too. So I guess I'm trying to. Well, anyway.
Yeah, I don't know.
We need to keep ourselves curious as this time in isolation can be used for great learning. And remember that today is today, and that's that. There can be no refunds.
That's a Mary right
to you
there.
Tomorrow for having missed today. Today ain't coming back.
Remember that today is today and today ain't coming back. Just remember that.
Well, he also said, did he say originally today is today and that's that?
yeah.
Yeah.
Today is today and that's that.
Yeah.
And today ain't coming back.
Today is today.
So I think there's something valuable in that, right? There's something valuable in knowing that. That today is today
And that's that.
and today ain't coming back. And oh yeah, today it's today and that's that. And today ain't coming back. Words of wisdom from Johnny Depp.
think that I acted too quickly. You know why? Because they really thought that I acted too quickly.
So, listen, I don't know
Don't
if...
compare the two of them.
Are you sure,
Do
Johnny
not
Depp and the president?
compare the two
Why
of
did
them.
the Democrats think that I acted too quickly? You know why? Because they really thought that I acted too quickly.
All right, well,
That's a great
whatever.
explanation.
Of course it is. All right, I got $1,000 here for you. A lot of you are texting me. Do not text me for this. Text the number they give you, and I hope you win. Good luck.
Rover's Morning Glory wants to help with a chance at $1,000. We have your shot at $1,000 right now. Text the nationwide keyword COUCH, COUCH, to 200-200. You'll get a text confirming entry plus iHeartRadio info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's COUCH to 200-200. Good luck from 100.7 WMMS.
Some Johnny Depp music for you.
I love him.
He's covering John Lennon's Isolation with the great Jeff Beck.
Thank you.
For a long time, I thought maybe Johnny Depp was kind of cosplaying with those rock and roll guys, but he seems to be kind of in the mix with them. He does that Hollywood Vampires
Yeah.
with Alice Cooper and I think Duff McKagan's in that. It's kind of a little bit of a rotating cast, but Johnny Depp's in there.
He's someone that I'm even thinking about meeting is working me up a little bit inside. Not in like a weird way, but if I met him, I would not be able to hold it together.
Well, let's practice.
Like I would cry. I would be because you don't look like Johnny Depp.
I'm not gonna
Cry? Why would you cry?
I would cry. I could.
Why not
I cried
Johnny
when I
Depp?
met Brian Regan. I would absolutely cry.
So
and
much
probably-
poop.
Alan-
I'd fumble over my words. I
Alan
would not
does
be able
an
to.
amazing Johnny Depp impression.
Okay, I'll close my eyes.
But
Mary, how are you?
there you go.
Hi, Mary.
God, Johnny.
You
I
got to
just,
remember, today's today, and that's what they say, and there's no coming back from it.
I love you so much.
So what happens is, just know I did not hit.
It's like Stallone.
Wait, maybe Poundcake does a better Johnny Depp. Poundcake, can you do a Johnny Depp?
Today is today. And ain't coming back. I don't know what you want me to tell you.
Well, that's more Stallone than you were.
That was a good Johnny Depp.
I like how he gets mad the very first time he's ever done Johnny Depp. He gets mad because you didn't like his impression the very first time
I'm not gonna like
he tried
anybody's.
to do Johnny
Hi,
Depp.
very nice to meet you.
No, you're doing Bob Dylan.
It's gonna
Hey, I'm Johnny Depp. How you doing? Let me tell you about the
Today is
JFK
today.
assassination.
You see,
Hey, one bullet.
I am Captain Jack Sparrow, and I'll listen to anybody.
No.
That doesn't even
whisper
sound
it.
like
You're
what?
a Batman? What are you trying to be?
Where is he? So now that you've heard all these impressions that are all pretty good, would that make you more at ease? Because it's like you already met him.
No. You don't have a celebrity like that you
I
would
don't
just
get like that. I
you
don't
would
know.
lose your cool around? Tom
I'd like-
Segura?
No, I already I've hung out with Tom.
I don't know.
But I don't put people in that. Like maybe Michael Jordan.
Maybe.
Not
You
after his
would freak
documentary.
out.
Not after his Netflix special. Can't wait to see that.
No, the documentary, you can watch it either uncensored or with the bleeps.
Oh, I'm watching
Uncensored.
uncensored.
Sunday night, the ESPN showing it
See?
uncensored, but then they'll also over on the Deuce, you watch it with the bleeps. So if the kids, who let's be real, kids don't know who Michael Jordan is, you can watch it
Yeah, they do.
entirely not like. I
They-
mean, if you're sitting down with your kid, they can be like, "Who's this guy?"
No, people still know who Michael Jordan is.
They know the name, but I think if
Yeah.
you're a kid now, you're more into Kobe or Shaq or you're into LeBron, right?
Yeah, but
Michael
you still
Jordan-
know Jordan.
Michael Jordan is very scared
He's
about
iconic.
how this documentary is going to frame him.
Well,
No, he's not.
That's
not
what he
scared.
said.
No, he said, listen.
He did?
This is what he said. He goes, he said that people are going to look at me and go, oh, he wasn't the best teammate after watching this documentary.
But this isn't new information. Like,
right.
He
But it's going to be
he
much
wanted
wider
Oh,
information.
He wanted to win at all costs.
Right.
It didn't matter if he had to fight his teammates.
Which he did.
Right.
What do you mean
Like
fight?
fist fight?
Well, I mean,
He'd slap some bitches.
yeah, right. He's like, if you guys aren't here to help us win, get the F out of my way. Like, it wasn't. there was a lot of I in team for Jordan.
Yeah.
Because he was so good.
He
You don't get
was
that good
so
by
competitive,
accident.
and he wanted you to have a certain mentality. They talk about the Mamba mentality that Kobe has. He got that from Jordan. Jordan was win at all cost type of guy. Work harder, work longer, and just do whatever it takes to win.
If you want to operate at that level, everyone around you knows they are at best a distant second.
Mm-hmm.
Family, friends, teammates. You are all, if you are a potential obstacle into me getting what I want, that's not going to be good for you because I want to win.
He wants to win, and he wants you to work as hard as he does. And then when you think you're working as hard as he is, he's going to work even harder. He's a crazy person, but it's translated into him being making hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Seems pretty attainable.
I'll tell you what, you just wait. You laugh now, but when he starts bragging about his stimulus check, Bill, that he's getting because of all this.
I bet he spent his on a table.
Well, it's called bridge liquidity, and he's going to have a little bit of it. I think hopefully he'll sock that away for a rainy day. The documentary is called The Last Dance, and it's going to premiere on Sunday night. People have been talking about this for a while.
They've been teasing this for like a year, just that it was going to come out, and people have known that they were going to make this documentary since that season was filmed, because they gave such access to the camera crew during this season.
Well, and it's the one single iota in which the COVID-19 is working for you if you're a Jordan fan, because they pushed it up 2 months.
Yeah.
This thing was going to drop in June, and they go, screw it, we got nothing else. So Sunday night, it's 10 hours.
Oh, my God.
And
all in a row.
It's going to be on
Consecutive.
April the 19th. It will be unveiled in 1 hour episodes.
I can't wait.
With sets of 2 being broadcast on the same night. So ESPN is going to air it uncut and uncensored. And then over on ESPN2 is where they'll have the bleeps and whatnot. Outside of the U.S., they'll get it on Netflix. But here, every Sunday...
You get 2 episodes?
You get 2 episodes. 19th, 26th of April, and then May 3rd, 10th, and 17th.
I'll be doing some special flicks and bills on this.
Beautiful.
I'll still be doing my regular episodes, but I'm going to do...
You'll do 2.
I'm going to hit up my buddy John, who is a huge basketball fan too, and we'll do some... Last Dance episodes.
And the great thing about a Jordan documentary is, even if you're a casual fan, it will probably be a fantastic documentary.
I think even if you are not a fan, this is going to be
just cool to
worth watching. Yeah.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, good day, Alan.
What's going on?
This might be the first time ever I've disagreed with you, but my son is 10. He's a huge Michael Jordan fan. He's got Bulls gear. Watch Come Fly With Me. Watches Jordan on the YouTube.
So how did that...
I'm not completely sure.
How'd that come about? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he plays NBA 2K or in the various things, but I'm not sure why. He knows who Kobe is. He knows who LeBron is, but his guy is Jordan.
But you do realize that that as a 10-year-old, he's an outlier in that.
I would agree, but you said people don't know. I mean, Jordan still holds a lot of weight in the sport and basketball community.
No, I know he does. I'm just saying, I think if you were to ask a huge group of 10-year-olds, who's your favorite basketball player, your son might say Jordan, and the other 20 would go
but you
Kobe.
Didn't say who... He's not every 10-year-old's favorite player, but their awareness of him.
You think 10-year-olds know who Michael Jordan is?
Absolutely.
Okay, then I'm wrong.
That's like saying I knew who Babe Ruth was when I was 10 years old. I never saw him play, but I knew who he was. You know, that's what makes you a legend, is when generations after you know who you are. Now, if you're like, hey, Bob McAdoo, that's my guy. A lot of 10-year-olds aren't going to know those guys.
All right. Okay, good. Thank you, Mike.
You got it.
All right. There's Mike. His 10-year-old loves Jordan. Well, listen, all the better. I love him, too, because I was there when this was all happening.
Yeah. And when you're a sports fan, especially like as a kid, I loved sports a lot. And then you dig into the history. So you go, okay, Jordan's my favorite player as a kid, but I go, who's his favorite player? Or who are the people that came before him that kind of paved the way for him. So you learn about Dr. J, you learn about Bill Russell, you learn about Larry Bird and Magic Johnson and all these players that came and kind of set the table for Jordan to be where he's at.
And you also learn a lot about the law. You learn what a non-disclosure agreement is.
Yeah.
And you learn what road beef is.
Mm-hmm.
And
they
learn
talk about all that in
all
Space
that
Jam.
stuff.
Yeah.
You know, Space Jam.
Space Jam.
This Bugs Bunny had to sign an NDA.
And that's also a movie that is still watched pretty frequently, and it's on Netflix right now.
Yeah,
so.
I never saw it. I should watch Space Jam.
It's cute.
Yeah, it's good.
It's
I
not.
feel like it's not going to hold up.
Bill Murray's great in it. So you get probably 8 minutes of Bill Murray, but it's a great 8 minutes.
I think it's one of those you're not going to appreciate it as an
They
adult.
were supposed to remake it with LeBron. I don't know whatever happened to that. They did? When did it come out?
They haven't released it yet, but it was supposed to come out, I think, this summer. Obviously, things are getting... they were filming it last year or this year.
I heard rumblings of this for 3 years that they were supposed to make this movie. I thought it would be out already.
Because LeBron released a couple of shoes that were Space Jam related. So he's working on the movie. It's going to happen, but now everything's up in the air because of COVID-19.
Good pun. All right. I've
Another
got
basketball movie starring Kevin Bacon.
there. Up in the air?
Yeah. Oh, no, that's the air up there.
Yeah, air up there.
There.
Up in the air was Clooney flying around. Okay, let me break here. The Bill Squire Friday Get Down, as promised, is ahead of you, courtesy of Cleveland Whiskey. You want to shoot me a text, 35192, or you can get us at AlanCoxShow.com.
It's the Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS. And everywhere you go on our free iHeartRadio app. Rover's Morning Glory.
All right, Jeffrey, are you sad about legendary WWE ring announcer and Hall of Famer